gratitude that you have that equity lens as a CS professor, because what you were reflecting on is the fact that at the beginning of every term, you have some students who run a 5-minute mile and some students who run a 10-minute mile. And if we were to define learning as a process of change, it very well could be that the 10-minute mile runner worked double as hard, spent 2 times the amount of time, but the result of the grade, with the metrics that we're measuring learning, is not actually an accurate representation of that change, of that process. And ultimately, it is way harder to measure the process of learning than the assessments that we have. But I hear you making an active effort in that. So I just wanted to appreciate you.
No, no, this is really a big issue. And this is something that I know it is. No, I started teaching 5 years ago. So I didn't have this hat on when I joined because you don't have the perspective. Also, one of the problems is if you think about it, most people who become professors are star students. So their experience of learning is very different from the others. Like not to boast, but the truth of the matter is, like, I was a really good student. I could pick stuff up, and I had all the background, I had the family back, I had everything set up for me. And so I go in saying that, okay, I'm going to teach students all of this really advanced cool material. Like, that's what I want to do. But it's taken some years to realize that, but that's not what the students need. And there are some students who are there, but not everybody. And I think you're absolutely right. This issue of, like, I was also thinking about really in terms of running when I was describing to someone. I was like, some people, I was thinking more like a marathon. You want to train people to run a marathon. Some people already can run 5 miles. And there are some people who can barely run around the track. And what we're saying is at the end of 3 months, everybody needs to run a marathon. And that just doesn't make any sense.